Hello, my name is Zereen Hazel Gesmundo, and today my speech will be about the effects of tiger parenting on a child's well-being. Now, growing up as a child in a Filipino immigrant household, my parents were considered to be more domineering. They had strict rules had to be followed, were impatient with misbehavior, and had high expectations set for me. In other words, my parents were considered to be more stringent. Now, of course, I understand why my parents raised me this way. Their lives in the Philippines weren't the greatest as money and food back home were scarce, so they expected me to have the mental life that they didn't get to have. However, they didn't realize that all these expectations that they had bombarded me with took a massive toll on my mental health. There would be countless days where I would feel restless and on edge, and if I got anything less than an A, it had me automatically thinking I was a failure. Now think back to when you were living with your parents. Were your parents more strict, carefree, a mix of both? In today's world, there are many teens from various families that struggle with mental illness, whether it be depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, OCD, etc. It takes a massive toll on one's well-being. Now, parents may think, why is my child acting like this? Or may just be completely lost on what to do with the child. However, they don't realize that the way of parenting could be one of the main reasons why their child's mental health is slowly degrading. Tiger parenting is one such way that can severely influence a child's well-being. In my speech today, I'll inform you all about what a tiger parent is, the effects it has on a child, and ways that parents can be supportive of their child without having to go over the top. Now, to better understand how tiger parenting affects a child's well-being, let me tell you exactly what a tiger parent is. The term of tiger parenting first originated from author and law professor Amy Cho. In her book, Battle Hymn of the Tiger Parent, she speaks about her own experience of originating from Chinese heritage and how it's influenced her own style of parenting. She raised her children with strict policies in order for them to become successful. These strict policies include not being allowed to watch TV, not being allowed to play video games, and studying all day. Ever since the creation of this term, people have now considered tiger parenting to be a strict, authoritarian method of aiming to raise high-achieving children. This form of parenting is mainly based on Asian values of independence and emphasizes a strong relationship between parent and child. To Westerners, this way of parenting may be considered to be pretty rigorous, as tiger parenting isn't as common to them. Now that you're more familiar with what a tiger parent is, we can move on to the ways that this type of parenting affects the well-being of a child. According to a study conducted by Human Development and Family Sciences professor Soo-Young Kim, adolescents who were raised by tiger parents were more likely to experience being depressed and alienated from their own parents than those with a more supportive parenting style. Not only that, but tiger parenting methods also lead the children to experience more self-esteem issues due to the constant over-the-top demands that they're constantly bombarded with. They may also develop a fear of failure due to not wanting to humiliate or disappoint their parents. While there are major hazards to tiger parenting, it can also help children become more responsible, productive, and motivated. Author Gary Radner from First Cry Parenting claims that tiger parenting allows children to challenge themselves and develop a strong work ethic. Essentially, the style of parenting teaches children to be an adult at a young age in order for them to become well-adjusted adults in the future. As you can see, tiger parenting does have its few benefits, but its harsh outcomes have more weight. Now you may be thinking, how do I avoid potentially becoming a tiger parent? Well, according to health and wellness writer Renee Platt from Very Well Family, there are various ways you can do so. The first way is to validate your child's emotions. Validating your child's emotions allows them to understand the emotions that they're currently feeling. Not only that, but it also allows them to acknowledge how their emotions can influence their own behaviors. Whenever your child is feeling upset, resist the urge to minimize their feelings. For example, instead of saying, "Stop crying, there's no reason to be sad," you can instead say, "I understand you're feeling upset right now." Doing this will allow your child to recognize that you care about them, even if you don't exactly understand what they're going through. Now, the second way is to balance your responsibility. When your child is struggling with something, you may have the tendency to tell them what to do all the time. However, doing this can actually cause your child to have less freedom with their own choices. In order to help your child become responsible whilst balancing their freedom, provide them extra support when they need it. But make sure your child isn't becoming too dependent on you to tell them what to do. The third way is to maintain a healthy relationship with your child. Creating a loving relationship with a child doesn't mean barking at them all the time and insisting on obedience. It means being a good role. It means being a good role model and teaching your children valuable life skills. In a parent-child relationship, the most important thing is being loving and showing affection. Set aside even a few minutes every day to give your child your undivided attention. Even these few minutes can help your child feel important and loved. Now, to conclude today's speech, we can see how tiger parenting can leave long-lasting trauma on a child's well-being. In order to reduce this risk of becoming a potential tiger parent, it's important for one to understand what a tiger parent is, the ways it can impact a child, and ways that a parent can be supportive of their child without having to go over the top. Now, I'd like to relate a quote from Amy Trott to my parents. If I could push a magic button and choose either happiness or success for my children, I'd choose happiness in a second, but I don't think it's that simple as that. It can be a tough world out there, and true self-esteem has to be earned. Life isn't just sunshine and rainbows. There are times where life beats you down. However, my parents helped raise me to someone who's able to continuously pick myself back up and keep moving forward despite the constant challenges I'm bombarded with. To my tiger parents, thank you for shaping me into the person I am today. I'll forever be your tiger child. Thank you.